he wins his lawsuit, and it's Halloween, and Chris and some of his buddies, they decide to take a trip to Las Vegas. I mean, he has millions of dollars to spend, so why not? So they're all in Las Vegas in a group having a Halloween party in this hotel room. And allegedly, Chris offers to share some of his drugs with this young woman there. Apparently she was already doing drugs, he just offered her some more. That young woman happens to be the stepdaughter of another man at the party. This guy, Rodimer. So Rodimer finds out that Chris offered his stepdaughter drugs, and he gets pissed, and he is not about to let this slide. Here's the thing about Rodimer. He's an interesting guy. He actually used to be a pro wrestler. He's also an aspiring politician. He ran for Nevada State Congress and lost twice. Then he ran for the House of Representatives in Texas, and he actually got endorsed by a very well-known Bible salesman.
Dan Rodimer.
But regardless, Rodimer still lost his election. Anyway, at the party, Rodimer finds out that Chris offered his stepdaughter drugs, and he gets really pissed off. Now, some of this next part is alleged, and I'll explain why in a second. Now, allegedly, Rodimer hears what Chris did, and he rushes over to him, and he confronts him, and he gets all up in his grill, and he says, "If you give my daughter any of that, I'll f***ing kill you," allegedly. Then, of course, they get into it, and Rodimer, he tackles Chris, and Chris falls and hits his head on an end table. Then, when Chris is down, Rodimer starts punching him over and over again, and finally he starts choking him, and that is when Chris stops moving. And at some point, someone calls 911 and Chris is rushed to the hospital. And there, he fights for his life, but ultimately, after a few days, he passes away. He had only been out of prison for about 6 years. So police investigate and they put out a warrant for Rodimer's arrest. And the next day, he turns himself in. Here's his mugshot. And the trial over this is still ongoing, which is why I said allegedly when I was talking about the fight. Either way, that's a sad one.